Like Part 1, Angels in America Part 2 begins with a man delivering a heavily accented speech. In Part 1, it was Rabbi Isidor Chemlowitz conducting the funeral of the grandmother of Louis Aronson, the lover of Prior Walter, who's suffering from AIDS. In Part 2, it is Alexei Antediluvianovich Prelapsaryanov, the world's oldest living Bolshevik, speaking to a Communist Party Congress about the party's new direction of perestroika, or restructuring the economic and political system of the Soviet Union. Both are played by the heavily bearded, impenetrably accented actor who also plays Hannah Pitt and Ethel Rosenberg. In the current production of Angels in America at the Repertory Theater of St. Louis, that is Meredith Baxter, fully developing each of her several roles. As in Part 1, playwright Tony Kushner uses the double and cross-gender casting, along with other elements of the staging, to remind the audience that they are watching a play and that, convincing as the players are, they are acting out the story that Kushner wants to tell. And it continues to be a gay fantasia on national themes as the angel who crashed through Pryor's ceiling at the end of Part 1 visits him again, and Ethel Rosenberg visits Roy Cohn again. At the Rep, you can see the wires on the angel, a theatricality that would please Kushner. The angel returns because Pryor has not been proclaiming her message that humanity must stop making progress, stop changing things, stop perestroika, because human progress causes earthquakes that are destroying heaven, once a beautiful city like San Francisco. God has abandoned heaven. Refusing to proclaim the end of progress, Pryor, like Jacob before him, wrestles with the angel until she opens a ladder to heaven. There, Pryor tells the assembled angels, one for each continent and dressed by designer Didi Ayati in dark celestial robes of power, that he will not be their prophet and deliver their message. Roy Cohn's full-blown AIDS lands him in the hospital, where Belize, former drag queen, former lover of Pryor, and still his best friend, is Roy's nurse. Roy pulls strings in Washington and scores a supply of the new experimental AIDS drug, AZT. It arrives too late for him, but as he dies, having given his gay Mormon acolyte Joe Pitt a paternal blessing, Belize brings Pryor's estranged lover Louis to collect Roy's AZT for Pryor. Louis, like Roy, is Jewish, and Belize persuades him to recite the Kaddish over the body of this man they both hate. Ethel Rosenberg, another enemy of Cohn, prompts Louis with the words of the prayer he vaguely knows. Louis ends his affair with Joe as he attempts to reconcile with Pryor. Joe has separated from his wife Harper. Harper is getting a better grip on reality and is being cared for by Joe's mother, Hannah, come from Salt Lake City. Hannah is working at the Mormon Visitor Center in Midtown Manhattan, which is where Pryor goes to do research on angels. So, as this brilliant, dense, epic fantasia ends, touching heaven and earth, the happy few, Pryor, Louis, Belize, and Hannah, gather at the Bethesda fountain, whose angel honors the angel that touched the waters of the pool of Bethesda, healing the sick. As in Part 1, director Tony Speciale created a tight, clear production with shrewd use of Tim Maccabee's ingenious, lean set that incorporates the stage's turntable and swiftly arranged furniture with Xavier Pierce's lights and Alex Basco-Cook's projections. Tommy Rapley directed Violence, Intimacy, and Movement. Joanna Battles coached Voice and Dialect. Gad Guterman was the dramaturg. The strong cast continued their revelatory playing. Barrett Foa as Prior Walter, Ben Cherry as Louis Aronson, and the Angel Australia, Peter Frechette as Roy Cohn and the Angel Antarctica, Jason Speeters as Joe Pitt and the Angel Europa, Valerie Mudek as Harper Pitt and the Angel Africani, David Bryan Smith as Belize and the Angel Oceania, Gina Daniels as the Angel, and as Nurse Emily and a Mormon mother, and Meredith Baxter in her multiple roles. Both parts of Angels in America are long, 3 hours and more, and they seem like less.
That's absolutely true. I hope people understand that opportunities to see both parts in performances this good are rare, and they should take advantage of this one.
Very definitely, very definitely.